Greetings, Arketer here, and welcome to a stress. Not to my stress. Not stress test. Long show entirely. That one's dead. And I'm in a dark mood. No idea why, but let's see if this first SCP will help us figure it out. Probably not. Notably, we are rattling off a game provided generously by Arketer, who is not getting blood all over the lab. I don't know. No one's doing that. No one's cleaning it up. No blood on the lab. It's out. Greetings in chat also to K Shaw. I'm glad you two could be here for this. If you like pixel platformers, you're going to love Scourgebringer. We'll play the trailer for that in a bit. You know, when people are here, ostensibly. SCP-3020 Object Class Arketer. Special containment procedures. Known individuals affected by SCP-3020 are to be quarantined at areas 39, 42, 94, 102, and 129. They are to be kept in standard anomalous human containment cells, and efforts have been made to ease any symptoms of SCP-3020 infestation, including injections of L-Dopa twice daily into the kidneys. Samples of SCP-3020 are to be studied only at the aforementioned areas. Under BSL for human interaction with SCP-3020 samples is forbidden. Instead, all testing is to take place using robotic armatures. Armatures that have been in contact with SCP-3020 are to be heated to 400 degrees centigrade to ensure the extermination of all SCP-3020 cells and eggs. Description: SCP-3020 is a microscopic organism of unknown genera and species, measuring less than a micron in length. SCP-3020 is believed to be most closely related to the rabies lyssavirus virus, but observation has led the Foundation to believe that SCP-3020 is actually a parasitic organism merely resembling a viral body. SCP-3020 is small enough to pass the blood-brain barrier and manifest solely in human beings, who are also the sole vector of transmission of SCP-3020. Humans infested by SCP-3020 begin to show symptoms similar to individuals affected by major depressive disorder. SCP-3020 is incurable, but treatable through L-Dopa injections at early stages. SCP-3020 operates by feeding on the chemical 5-hydroxytryptophan, 5-HTP, a precursor chemical to serotonin, as well as L-Dopa, a precursor to dopamine, epinephrine, and norepinephrine. This causes severe dopamine and serotonin deficiency in the body, causing symptoms resembling Parkinson's disease, in addition to depressive symptoms. Due to the fact that L-Dopa is responsible for the synthesis of epinephrine, infestation by SCP-3020 destroys the fight-or-flight response. SCP-3020 spreads through spawn in the sweat and the tears of infested subjects. Physical contact will cause a mild alleviation of symptoms related to SCP-3020 infestation, but also pose severe risk for infection if individuals are not properly protected. SCP-3020 spawn are capable of surviving in very harsh conditions outside of the human body, and has been found capable of surviving temperatures of down to negative 30 degrees centigrade. Like most viral or parasitic organisms, high concentrations of heat will kill SCP-3020. SCP-3020 appears to be capable of surviving outside of the human body indefinitely. SCP-3020 cannot be treated through use of traditional antidepressant or antipsychotic medication that works on the principles of dopamine regulation due to the lack of dopamine in the body. The symptoms of SCP-3020 infestation can be classified into 5 stages. Stage 1, paranoia. Subjects begin having strong bouts of paranoid delusions, particularly delusion that they are universally hated by all individuals they perceive as being associated with him. Okay, so Exodus. You in the back there, not revealing your presence and just sitting there judging me. Yeah. But I don't mean that. I'm sure I'm well respected by someone. Subjects infested with SCP-3020 will begin to cease contact with individuals they associate with. This also serves to limit the spread of SCP-3020 in its initial stages of infection, allowing it to flourish until such time where the subject has enough colonies of SCP-3020 within them to effectively spread it. Stage 2. Fear. Paranoia in subjects becomes more severe, and subjects are afraid that everyone is judging them, and believe that all individuals associating with them want them to die. Like their lives would be better off if you got out of them. So you do. You bury yourself under work. Subjects often cut off contact with everyone who knew them, and you cry. Subjects who enter depressive episodes at this state often tremor violently due to the aforementioned dopamine deficiency, causing symptoms of Parkinson's disease to manifest. Physical contact at this stage will lead to a high chance of SCP-3020 infection, especially if contact is made with skin or tears. Greetings, Case 70, SCP-100. So glad you could make it. And why should you miss out on this? It's fine. Step 3. Anger. Due to the lack of dopamine, negative emotional responses become more common, including outbursts of anger. Outbursts of anger caused by SCP-3020 often lead to further terminated relationships within the subject's social and familial circles. Subjects at this stage often contemplate suicide, but only 42% of infected individuals carried out at this stage. At this point, treatment with L-DOPA supplements become ineffective, and subjects begin to report a lack of sensation in their extremities. Stage 4. Numbness. Oh, greetings, Sass and the Grey. Yes, indeed. More. Watch it all burn. Oh, but subjects are capable of moving their extremities but aren't capable of feeling tactile or pain sensation. This is believed to be partially psychosomatic, but is also due to the violent tremors causing difficulties in blood flow to the extremities. In addition, subjects will report a lack of gustatory and olfactory sensations. Comparisons have been made between this phenomenon and a perpetual head cold. Subjects will often remain sedentary for hours, if not days at a time, due to SCP-3020 multiplying within their system. SCP-3020 appears to be most effective at multiplying while subjects are conscious but sedentary. Stage 5. Terminal infection. Between 55 and 70% of subjects at this stage attempt suicide and are often unable to move due to the severity of the tremors they experience. Subjects will often plead to die or be killed. At this point, physical contact with the subject provides the most relief to SCP-3020 symptoms, but also carries a high risk of infection. Following the death of the subject, SCP-3028 will appear in all bodily fluid and tissue, increasing the risk of infection severely. Addendum. The original author of this file, Dr. Lawrence Packard, was inadvertently exposed to SCP-3020 during containment breach at Area 39. As of writing, Dr. Packard is still under the Foundation's employ, but is kept in quarantine. And that's the end of it, but there's another version of this file I might go through. It's largely the same. Efforts to provide mercy have been largely prevented. No individuals affected by SCP-3020 are to be terminated on site. That was right out. The author notes it might be kinder to just kill them. SCP-3020 is incurable and untreatable even with high doses of L-DOPA injected in the kidneys. Well, obviously, because that's a stupid thing to do. The Foundation's really fucking this parasite treatment up. If individuals are not properly protected, anyone want a hug. High concentrated heat will kill SCP-3020, as will toxic chemicals such as bleach. SCP-3020 appears to be capable of surviving inside the human body, definitely. Stage 2 is less fear and more angst. I take this as valid because the author is someone suffering from it. Also note, and you cry. I didn't know someone could cry so much that they became incapable of producing tears. Which of course I do. I have sponges in here that keep it from being feasible. I can cry. Subjects begin to lose poor lack of sensation in the extremities. These haven't started yet. Thank God. I need to ask for spicier food. Addendum, I feel like shit. It's been 10 days since I was first infected. Symptoms have manifested more quickly than in other subjects. I cannot wonder if this is psychosomatic to some degree. This isn't replacing the actual 3020 file, of course. Just a draft I'm keeping in my PC for the time being. I've studied this for 2 years, and I'm dreading the next phase. Dr. Lawrence Packard. Notably, this is one of the asshole foundations. We know this, because what they are describing isn't a depression virus. It's a depression parasite. But they're treating it by just trying to pump in enough of its food to sort of kind of counteract the parasite, which conversely also feeds the parasite at great length. They even articulate that in the article. So why would you try to treat a parasite by pumping its victim full of what it eats? Dr. Lawrence packet would probably be just fine if it was treated with medicine known to have anti-parasitic effects. Perhaps wormwood or absinthe might have be somehow more helpful, or maybe ivermectin. But suffice to say, either way, when they say it's incurable, we know, objectively know, the Foundation is lying, because they have a cure-all. They have a cure-all. They have a few cure-alls that are not listed as being tested with this. So this is one of those dick foundations that just wants to watch them to die. Slowly. One of the O5s here is just purely sadistic. In any case, greetings, Spooky Scary, and anyone else who showed up just now. We've reached the end of this SCP file. I would love to read your commentary. And furthermore, if one of you would like to have an SCP read, now's the time to give the number for it. We've done it before. Screw it, I'll do it again anyway. I don't really care right now. But that's fine. Never mind. This is unrelated. I don't believe it's incurable. I'm going to be sure to not buy that. Moving on, we're raffling off a game today as provided by Exodus. The game, and I believe, I haven't played it myself, so I don't really know, the game should be this. Please watch carefully, and if you want this game, tag me in chat. I assume most of you know how to do it, but having my name in the chat will help. Right, let's learn more about Scourgebringer. That will be raffled off using random.org. If you've seen me raffle off game before, you know how it works. No one has entered the raffle yet, which means that if anyone does, I'll just press a button, tell them a number, and then send them the key. Notably, to claim your prize, you will need to have a means of reaching me via Twitter DMs, which are always open except to bots. I do screen for those. I keep some of the funny ones just sitting there. I don't necessarily delete them all. I particularly like the weird Asian ones that think the most clever way to sucker you is with a hello. Not that I really want to be inviting more. Perhaps the man pause is the beginning for egg? Are you feeling alright, Snoopy 700? Notably, with anyone else in the call, it's just me talking to you in the chat. We quite possibly have never been closer in this moment, you all and I. Not that it's to be appreciated precisely. And I suppose it's happened before, but this is why I started SRS, to be more comfortable on my own. I didn't expect it to bleed into other shows, but here we are, and we all just have to make the best of it. So did anyone want the game? Look, you don't have to decide now. It'd be nice if someone chipped in for it. It's pretty metal. It's bullet hell Metroidvania-ish, I would say. Just, you know, tag me if you want in that raffle. No one have a SCP request? Anyone? No? Oh! SCP-862 from K. Shull. Thank you, K. Shull. We shall do SCP-862. SCP-862. Object class? C. Why, it's adorable. And I choose to imagine that it's rat-shaped, not mouse-shaped, not hamster-shaped, rat-shaped. Because rats are great. But hamsters, gerbils, Robrovskis, I don't care which, those are all awful things that need to die in fires. In any case, special containment procedures. A 6 meter by 6 meter bunker has been constructed around SCP-862 in order to prevent escape or sightings of SCP-862. The interior of the bunker is to be monitored by researchers via cameras placed inside the bunker, outside of SCP-862's sphere of influence. The bunker is to be checked daily for breaches or escape instances of SCP-862-1. In the event of a bunker breach, the rupture is to be immediately sealed with concrete and cement. Any escape instances of SCP-862-1 are to be tracked and destroyed by Mobile Task Force Beta 23 Rat Trappers. No materials or individuals are to enter SCP-862. Description: SCP-862 is an area spanning 10 square meters located in the city of Redacted. This area possesses a sphere of influence that affects all materials. Upon arriving in SCP-862, materials will begin to split into portions of 25 square centimeters. Over a period of time that varies depending on the consistency of the material, the affected portion will assume the shape and detail of a Rattus norvegicus, the common rat. The affected portion will be dormant for a much shorter length of time before animating and assuming the behavior of said rat. Affected portions will hereafter be referred to as SCP-862-1. Instances of SCP-862-1 do not require food or water, but exhibit the same properties as the material they are composed of, and the rate of decomposition is unaffected in organic materials. Due to their composition, some instances of SCP-862-1 are difficult to destroy, but liquid or gas instances can be destroyed with extremely light impacts. Solid instances of SCP-862-1 can register pain and survive trauma far exceeding that of regular rats, such as loss of limbs, heavy trauma, and dissection. However, redacted instances of SCP-862-1 are currently present in the containment bunker, which include, but are not limited to, redacted instances composed of concrete, redacted instances composed of cement, redacted instances composed of tarmac, redacted instances composed of glass, redacted instances composed of wood, redacted instances composed of plastic, redacted instances composed of metal, redacted instances composed of suspended water, redacted instances composed of the remains of original recovery team, redacted instances composed of the uniforms of the original recovery team, redacted instances composed of the weapons of the original recovery team, redacted instances composed of the ammunition of the original recovery team. Instances of SCP-862-1 are composed of air, are regularly created, but are destroyed near instantly as they collapse when exposed to the slightest pressure. Well, for the record, K-Shell, I did find that weirdly cheering. I want an example of SCP-862-1 for pet. Someone has a lead on how I could perhaps encourage through... Well, actually, I've got nothing to bribe an MTF team with, so it's a bit of a lost cause. Still, I want one. I don't know why they're bothering to destroy them. They should be, well, studied, really. I mean, why do they have to be destroyed? They're adorable. Also, if SCP-862 is constantly creating rats out of whatever materials in its area, shouldn't it be just kind of burrowing down? I assume it must have no weight to it. I suppose it's like a spellcast area of some sort. Maybe that's exactly what it is. Asshole wizard strike again. I want the magic animated rat for a pet. That's not happening now. I will never know the joy of possessing an instance of SCP-862-1. I would name it Chippy. And it may prove quite one. The director himself is SCP-1138, and you know, we might investigate the possibility of that. Meanwhile, Snoopy100 requested 863, and in a timely fashion. And it'll be easy to get to, because it's the next one. Meanwhile, for those of you who just arrived, please remember we are raffling off a game via a Steam key for Scourgebringer, which is this game with the not much of a platformer fan myself, but still it's good, and we have no one presently competing for it, so strictly speaking, it's anyone's for the taking right now. If you have a Steam account and a means of reaching me, you've got it. Meanwhile, there's really no reason to have a brave call up anymore anyway. That's fine. That's fine. Thank you. We're up to 7 likes. If this show should reach 13 likes, it will at least be a success on that. Yes, strictly speaking, that's the grey. In the interest of fairness, if you want it, you should enter anyway, because no one else is competing. So, it's okay for you to win 2 games already. There's no cap on it. But it's awfully thoughtful of you, I guess. Moving on, SCP-863. And then I'll try to remember what SCP-1138 is, and how close to Assassin the Grey was with his completely baseless slander, because I'm not in an ISO cube. I'm not. ISO cubes are nicer. In any case, SCP-863. We have... Oh. Hopefully this is not what I think it is, because that hopefully it's a perfectly fine other crap. SCP-863, Object Class, Safe, Special Containment Procedures. SCP-863-1 is to be contained in a 2 meter by 2 meter enclosure provided with nutrition as detailed in Nutritional Chart 8631. Due to its low risk of breaching containment, SCP-863-1 is to be kept under guard by one member of security. In the event of limb loss, SCP-863 is provided with a replacement from a similarly proportioned crab. SCP-863-2 is to be contained in a 6 meter by 6 meter enclosure and provided with nutrition as detailed in Nutritional Chart 86321. SCP-863-2 is to be kept under guard by 2 members of security. In the event of limb loss, SCP-863-2 is to be provided with suitable replacement. SCP-863 is to be contained in a 10 meter by 10 meter enclosure and provided with nutrition via robotic arm as detailed in Nutritional Chart 86331. SCP-863-3 is to be kept under guard by 6 members of security at all times. No personnel are to enter SCP-863-3's containment enclosure. In the event of limb loss, SCP-8633 is provided with a cadaver as a replacement. Any specimens of SCP-863 found in the wild are to be destroyed. Oh, greetings, Brain Shatterer. Someone can tell you where we're going to. I'm pretty sure I'm on record as having touched walls in the past. Probably. Brain Shatterer, we have a game on Steam. It's metal. And bit shooter Metroidvania. I don't know if you like pixel platformers, but you might want to consider it. I'll replay the trailer before I'm done here. No one is presently competing, so it's really up for grabs. Description. SCP-863 is a species of crab commonly found in areas of redacted for no reason. SCP-863 specimens, when first born, measure roughly 3 centimeters in height and 1 gram in weight, but are capable of growing up to sizes of data expunged. When fully grown, specimens superficially resemble the Japanese spider crab, which I understand looks terrifying, but is also reportedly delicious. Specimens of SCP-863 are born without limbs and undergo a process in which they utilize the limbs of other organisms, even whole organisms in lieu of their own. From birth, SCP-863 move themselves across the ground by sliding using several tendrils attached to the limb joints. When specimens of 863 locate a suitably sized limb or organism, they will puncture it using the tendrils, which will then retract and slot the organism or limb into the limb joint. Using a series of electrical pulses, SCP-863 will then manipulate the limb or organism's nervous system. This process is not perfect, and the utilized limb or organism will typically twitch or jerk sporadically. Specimens of 863 are highly territorial, and larger specimens can cause severe injuries or death when provoked. Groups of SCP-863 have been observed to, on occasion, actively hunt for other organisms to remove limbs from. Larger specimens will simply utilize these organisms wholesale, as their limbs would not be suitable for specimens of that size. Understood. This isn't the SCP I thought it was. This is actually much better. The crab thing that just uses other things for limbs is quite lighthearted compared to certain other creatures in a Foundation custody. Specimen list. SCP-8631. Right arm pincer from a Carpellus convexus. Left arm pincer from Renina. Legs. 4 legs from Ciliopagurus and 2 from Renina. SCP-863. Right arm, awaiting replacement. Left arm, human hand taken from a cadaver. Legs. 2 hooves from a mountain goat. 3 legs from a dog. And 1 arm from a bear. SCP-8633. Right arm, a human cadaver. Left arm, redacted, life signs normal, see containment breach 86331. Legs, 6 legs taken from human cadavers. I'm wondering if you can still interview 8633's left arm. Life signs normal. In any case, we're up to 9 likes, and we've gone through 3 SCP files. It feels like it's been a bit flippier than usual. Well, perhaps I'm just perceiving time differently. I don't know, but, game? Oh, okay. Moving on. Does anyone else have an SCP request? Oh, that's right. I was going to find out whether or not I remembered 1138 per Gray's likely set. That's fine. I'm used to it. I do believe I know which one we're looking at now, and there's absolutely no way I am a book. I'm a lot of things, but at no point have I been, or am I going to be, a book. That said, what the hell, we'll read through it again anyway. Item, SCP-1138, Object Class, Euclid. Although this isn't quite right. Special containment procedures. SCP-1138 should be stored inside a safe in Dr. Redacted's office in Sector Redacted. Personnel with level 2 clearance or higher may access the object for research purposes with Dr. Redacted's authorization. Personnel with strong philosophical convictions are to be denied access. Personnel should not dispute the object nor question the correctness of the information contained within. Once monthly, a researcher studying philosophical concepts, either by duty of service or for personal education, should compose an article containing at least redacted references to the object. At least redacted other personnel should familiarize themselves with this article, and it must be archived afterwards. Description. SCP-1138 is perceived to be a book of philosophers or writers' correspondence. Though the writing style always corresponds to a given author, the vast majority of letters are forgeries, with a few found to be genuine unsent drafts. The book's author changes based on scientific and personal interests of the reader, and its contents depend on readers' beliefs regarding the author's ideas. SCP-1138 always contains information that contradicts the reader's current beliefs. See addendum. In other words, the reader, thinking that a philosopher adhered to a specific opinion, will find letters expressing ideas that directly contradict his, her, or its beliefs, written out passionately and in great detail. If the writer has no concerns for philosophical concepts, SCP-1138 will contain letters from people the reader respects, up to his or her parents, criticizing his, her, or its life position. Handling and reading the books has various effects. Reading the book. It's a singular. Readers who completely share the presumed author's views fall into a prolonged depression that they compare to being betrayed by a close friend. More open-minded individuals rejoice at first, sometimes lapsing into euphoria after stating that they finally found the truth, before becoming absent-minded and unable to concentrate. This condition lasts for about a week. Professional researchers who have definite proof of the falsity of SCP-1138's information experience a strong desire to start a discussion. Should they start it? Data expunged, followed in 24 hours by an invariably lethal stroke. The theorized cause of this is data expunged. Currently, there is no way of finding SCP-1138's neutral form. In the presence of humans and/or animals, the book retains its previous appearance. Handling SCP-1138 with a remote-controlled robot led to the book transforming to a tome of Isaac Asimov's letters, in which he gave proof that 3 laws of robotics should not be used in robot creation, which is notably, Isaac Asimov's work was itself always stressing that 3 laws were not sufficient for the use of robot creation, which means that this book was arguing against, well, either the book's a lot smarter or the author's a lot more dumb. First, adherence to the laws will lead to those laws being broken, hence they are useless. Second, robots are more perfect than humans and should not be restrained in their actions regarding humans. The attempt to stop the robot and the remote controller was used in the experiment were examined. Examination showed data expunged. Again, the 3 laws, seemingly a great idea, but the very nature of them stressed that they would ultimately lead to a disaster. Insufficient. In any case, if there is no scientific article written about SCP-1138 in a month, the object disappears and reappears in the closest library or bookstore that can theoretically contain publications of letters. Therefore, if the book breaks containment, researchers assigned to SCP-1138 should monitor the news and investigate each and every sensational breakthrough in philosophy and history. History. SCP-1138 attracted the Foundation's attention in 19redacted when redacted, the leader of the Communist Party of Hungary released a harsh criticism of V.I. Lenin, claiming that he had found a collection of letters in which Lenin defined Marxism as a fallacious and harmful theory and proposed cooperation with the capitalist West. Everybody who spoke against his criticism died in 24 hours, making the situation especially suspicious. Redacted's house was searched. The only anomalous item found was a book that changed its appearance and contents when passed from one person to another. Later was found the object disappears. If there's an article that references it, written in a month, employees responsible for SCP-1138 got lucky, as the book always reappeared in the sector redacted library and was easily found. There are no known cases of the book's appearance before it attracted the Foundation's attention. Addendum. Some of the most interesting instances of SCP-1138 are listed here. Marcus Tullius Cicero's letters in which he claims that every conflict should be resolved through brute force. The search for compromise based on laws and morality was deemed unnecessary. Incident Armatoga was claimed to be a stupid joke. Niccolo Machiavelli's letters that explain negative economical, political, and cultural consequences should the medieval Italy become a united state. He also claims that a ruler should act within the law and ethics and never break these rules. Note that The Prince, the book which inspired the term Machiavellianism, is generally thought to have been political satire by scholars. Something the book apparently didn't know, much like Asimov's work. Blaise Pascal's letters describing Christianity as a faith most vile, false, and abhorrent to human dignity. Friedrich Nietzsche's letters claiming that Christianity and Buddhism are the reason for all humanity's achievements. He also harshly denounces some people's aspiration to be themselves and not belong to the social mass. Fyodor Dostoevsky's letters in which he claims that a decent and happy life can only be achieved through denial of the existence of souls and a lack of compassion and beneficence. O5 redacted letters in which he requests that all humanoid SPs within Foundation custody either be released or terminated. In addition, he claims to have data expunged. Greetings, Kaylet. Welcome. Welcome. Greetings, Aura Seraph. We are raffling off a game. So you know, if you have Steam access, you can get a key for this thing. Okay. We are revisiting SCP-1138 after Gray accused me of being it. To which I say, aha, joke's on you. I'm not a book. You're silly. Please tag me in chat if you want the game. Personally, there are no competitors. Okay. Dr. Redacted's preliminary conclusion. Currently, we cannot determine if the subject is sapient. Maybe it is sapient and creates information that contradicts our beliefs in order to provoke us to argue and become its victims. If that's the case, killing is a way of sustaining its life, and the object's behavior is the way it hunts. Maybe the object is not sapient and simply retranslates thoughts from another reality in which philosophers and thinkers came to different ideas. Further study is necessary. Or we could basically put this under an asshole wizard did it. Yes, whoever presently enters the raffle for the game will win. Luck is not really going to factor into it. It's right there. Greetings, Dragoness 19. We could use another SCP file. Recommendations welcome. Dragoness 19, do you like side-scrolling shooters? With metal soundtracks? Just... now going to the full SCP. I think it looks pretty nice. Just noting. And whoever enters wins automatically, because there are no other competitors presently, but I'll still press the random.org button, because why not? SCP requests? Anyone? Arrow? For some weird reason, we've really been clipping through them today. Why? We just started with the depression parasite, then we moved on to the absolutely adorable magic artificial rats. Oh, 943 is the first request, but you know, if we keep burning through them, why not more? Normally I'd say if we were doing it again, I would skip it, but today's a day where I just don't care. 943. Item SCP-943, object class safe. Special containment features. SCP-943 is to be stored in a secure lockbox in a high security containment vault accessible only to level 2 or higher personnel. For purposes of interrogation, level 1 personnel may request access to SCP-943, but the request must be approved by a level 2 personnel, and the individual signing SCP-943 must record a date, time, location of use, and appropriate protective measures taken to preserve SCP-943's integrity. Failure to do so will result in personnel involved having their service records subject to immediate review and penalties of demotion or termination for those found negligent. Description. SCP-943 is a band of unidentified metal, adjustable through a sliding mechanism to become anywhere between 5 centimeters in diameter to 38 centimeters in diameter. The band bears inscribings along its outside surface, reading in English, "Where justice may flow like water." When placed on a human subject's arm, the device appears to induce visual, auditory, and tactile hallucinations in a staggered pattern. In all cases, the hallucinations appear to be of an event that is connected to the subject in some way. Invariably, the subject is connected in a way that makes them the aggressor, and in the induced hallucinations, the subject assumes the role of victim. All recorded hallucinations have been of conflict and are documented in experiment log 9431 through experiment log 9433. Addendum. In each experiment, the subject was prepared by repeatedly reminding them of the crime that caused their incarceration, causing it to be foremost in their minds prior to the beginning of the recording. Experiment recording 9431. Subject D39393 is guilty of multiple incidents of embezzlement as an employee of a Foundation cover company. Dr. Hayden, D39393, put on the bracelet. D39393, you can't make me do this. I'm a citizen. Actually, D39393, we can, according to the terms of your employment agreement. You know, the one that you never read because of the big number on the first page. But that doesn't mean anything. You still can't do it. I'm a person, not cattle to use. I'm aware you are not livestock. Now put on the bracelet. You'll be on your way to repaying the... misplaced government funds you owe. You never proved any of that. You can't prove any of that. D39393, you will be sedated, and the bracelet will be placed on you if you continue to resist. Now put on the bracelet! Fuck you, you want to do that? You can't do... At this point, Foundation security personnel neutralized D39393 with a stun baton and strapped him into the chair nearby, waiting until D39393 regained consciousness before placing SCP-943 on his arm. The debt repaid by your participation has been reduced by 10% due to your refusal to cooperate, Mr. Peabody. Further refusal will result in accordingly more severe dockings. Now tell me how you feel. I don't feel anything really. You brace it on my arm now. The hell is that thing anyway? Just keep giving me updates, Mr. Peabody. I guess I feel a little nervous. No, a lot nervous. Yeah, what is this thing? You're doing well. Keep it up. The subject is now sweating profusely and has an elevated heart rate. I'm so fucked. D39393 begins to sob softly. D39393 continues in this vein for approximately 5.5 minutes. Oh man. D39393 perks up slightly. Wait! Did you hear that? Fuck. What do you hear, D39393? Voice is real thing though, trying to hear him. Continue, Mr. Peabody. Yeah, hey, how's it going? God, it sounds like I'm back at work. Just a bunch of noises. Subject appears to be switching from talking to the voices, addressing him and myself. Approximately 3 minutes pass, the subject muttering rapidly to nothing particular before his voice rises again. Yeah, no, I hadn't seen the budget. Ah, sorry, I didn't see you there. You want me to show you my ledger? Well, all right. No, I don't know what happened. No, of course not. No, it wasn't me. I don't know where the fuck it went. Mr. Peabody, can you hear me? Hello? Please, it wasn't me. What? Tell the overseers me? Note for the record, D39393 ought not to have been aware of the existence of O5 level personnel, considering his position held prior to becoming D-class personnel. D393, his voice rising to shriek. No, I'm not telling the overseers that we're missing our... I have nothing to do with this. You do it. I'm not going to turn into a gator bait because I'm fucking counting error. We gotta find where the fuck this went before they do. Terminating recording, the subject has clearly demonstrated all 3 stages of hallucinatory patterns. D39393 will remain under Foundation control until his debt is repaid. Experiment 9431 has erased a few 100,000 of his debt to the Foundation, less 10%. Level 4 eyes only, subject D39393 cannot be removed from Foundation employment, having demonstrated knowledge of O5 level personnel in this experiment, and a marked unethical bent in the actions leading to his incarceration. Current recommendation upon release is termination. Okay. Experiment recording 9432. Subject D14454 was convicted of sexually abusing and murdering a 7-year-old child. Dr. Heaton. D14454. Put on the bracelet. Now I have to do that. Put me back in my cell. I want my lawyer. You will not be offered the luxury of a lawyer, D14454. Put on the bracelet or you'll be terminated by Foundation security staff. I've reviewed your records, and believe me, I will not hesitate. You know what I mean? Yes, I know exactly what you are. You can't tell them. They'll kill me. That is my prerogative, D14454. Put on the bracelet. Okay, just don't tell them, right? D14454 puts the bracelet on. D14454 noticeably softer. I'm free, Doctor. Restrain the subject. Security staff wrestle D14454 into a seat and strap the subject in. Oh God, get away! Don't touch me! Don't touch me! Help! Oh, anyone help! Security back away. D14454 pants for breath. No. Dr. Hyden. What is it, D14454? I don't know. I just there's something that was gonna get me. Elaborate, D14454. You should have found me. I don't think I can hear. D14454 recrawls in his seat, pressing himself as deeply into the steel frame as possible. Doctor, get me out of here, please, please. The experiment is not complete, D144. We will proceed. 4 minutes pass. It's getting closer. We gotta get out of here. We have to leave. D14454's eyes widen and he stops speaking for a moment. It hurt me. It hurt me. It hurt me. D14454 begins struggling against the chair's restraints. It can see me. D14454, what do you see? What is it? D14454. It's going. No. Subject D14454 expired due to myocardial infarction at this point and ceased communication. And to think, with no manner of injection whatsoever. Why? Seems like this could save some money on death row. Experiment log 9433. Subject D131415 was convicted of murder in the 2nd degree. Trying in with Dr. Hayden. The bracelet D31415. This thing? D31415 picks up and examines the bracelet. Justice may flow like water. Really, Doctor? You're using it as a test subject on this? Yes, we are, D31415. Put the bracelet on, or we put on you. Whatever, it wasn't my fault. I should be a free man. I told you I'm innocent. Yes, you did, D31415. Now put the bracelet on. D31415 puts on the bracelet and sits in the private seat. Security personnel strapped in the chair. Dr. Hayden. How do you feel? No different than I did a minute ago. And how did you feel then? Angry that I'm here, scared too. Very good. Detail any changes to us, please. 3 minutes pass. I remind you, D31415, that cooperation is not optional. Nothing's changed. I'm strapped in a really comfortable chair, and you got this thing in my arm, and it sucks. What do you want me to say? That will be all, D31415. Fine by me. 8 minutes pass. Nothing new, D31415? No! Dr. Hayden. Terminating experiment and returning D31415 to quarters. Level 4 eyes only. D31415 was taken into custody after killing an agent in self-defense during an attempted emergency commandeering of the subject's vehicle. Agent Redacted attempted to commandeer D31415's vehicle during a severe containment breach of SCP Redacted, causing its release into a nearby town. D31415 was a licensed firearms carrier and fired 3 rounds into Agent Redacted's chest, killing the agent instantly. D31415 was apprehended shortly afterwards, and Agent Redacted's remains were recovered. So, in short, he didn't do anything wrong. Someone broke into his car, he got shot dead, and yeah, that's apt. Unfortunately for D31415, he's already declassed in Foundation custody. That guy is screwed. Just dead. This is also one of the asshole foundations that is not making a point of getting actual convicted criminals, but is just throwing in whoever happens to be handy, really. We are 9 minutes from the end. Greetings. Carlos Fish. I would like to note that if you would like, well, you know, game, you could have it. Anyone could have it. It's all for grabs. 8 minutes remaining. Which is not really enough time to do another SCP, but you know what? Let's see what 2617 looks like anyway. Notably, the bracelet should be put to much better use, like namely to confirm convictions, rather than only to let them know they got the wrong guy that they'll still kill anyway because the Foundation doesn't usually admit mistakes. Okay, SP. Yes, we're not doing this. I mean, truth's becoming broad to anything. I'm willing to do a bit of overtime. This is too much overtime. Let's see what 1318 looks like, shall we? You know, I do like rats, so I'm very inclined to go over it again. I seem to recall this one as well. How much dialogue do I have to go through here? Yes, this is not going to fit in the meantime either. Apologies to all involved. How about we just play the trailer again, and I'll let you know my schedule the rest of the week, because, you know, we're fun like that. Hey, dual wheel music! It's been a while! Hope you're well. I'm glad to see a name here that I don't immediately recognize as recent, because it means you might want this game! The music in it is good. Huh? You could have this game. Oh. Glad if you enjoy your show. So you're the person I'm talking to who doesn't spoke to himself in the chat. Well, I'm lovely guest. But I'm not. I will take pride in this stream being at least technical success, as we have in the final 5 minutes. Well, taken basically on faith from SNOOPS 100, because Google's lying to me even now. We have reached 13 likes. Huzzah! This doth nothing to alleviate my happily non-parasite related depression, but has cheered me. No, I suppose it has helped. Thank you. Just not very much. It's like, Caesar's mistake was getting caught up trying to streak. Should have been gone blown. Yeah, referring to that one embezzler who didn't necessarily seem to be an embezzler, more of just bad at his job. Certainly, if you plot fraud large of scale, you kind of cruise on by. Hey, whatever happened to Bankman anyway? He's fine. I'm sure he's fine. So, game? Anyone? Anyone at all? Game? Do I just try rattling off again on Saturday? I hope there are more people present. Scourgebringer. Side-scrolling action. Have the key ready to send. No. Oakley dokley. Well, thank you all for watching. I hope you've been enjoying the show. My schedule is as follows. Tomorrow will be side quest, which I believe involves, let's see, probably Smoking Rat as Pentagast, Magog of Morscar as Magog of Morscar, Weebo Jones as the Nameless Thief, and I will be forced to embody, you know, that other guy, the asshole. Just thief, but without any real skills in anything. Thief, really. But he's positioned himself to be basically a both answer to Blackadder, so I guess that's neat. Well, we'll see if that. Saturday is expected to continue as scheduled with the Article Wade. Sunday will probably be another autism stream as they got pushed together, although what's going to be sculpted, I have no idea. And here's the revelation. Next week is not happening at all. I will be not doing any shows at all next week. No streams, no appearances whatsoever next week. Just so you know right now, not happening. The time will be used to largely do some serious maintenance around here. Everything will be torn down, cleaned, and reassembled in hopefully a better configuration that may or may not be an improvement. But I'll try. I'm always trying. Not today. So, game? I know I'm late, but it was still funny and so covered monkeypox. No, what we discussed wasn't monkeypox. It was in fact a parasite causing depression. Oh, Dual Wield, you want to enter for the game? Is that correct? There's time, a full minute to confirm that. Too easy to do. I'll just send you the Steam key on Discord. Did you win, which you're guaranteed to. Very good. Okay, now we raffle for the game. Dual Wield rolled a 68. He still wins, even though that number isn't quite as funny as it could have been. Congratulations, Dual Wield Music. I shall provide your key to you shortly. Well, the last minute isn't quite up yet, so okay. You do me and I'll owe you one. I don't understand what that means, but just to be safe, I'm going to say I'm not going to do you, Carlos Fish. There'll be no doing of Carlos Fish. Not by me, anyway. I mean, if someone else wants to do Carlos Fish, and that's really your call, Carlos Fish, you can accept substitutes, then that can all work out for you just fine. I'm just not going to be part of it, personally. Okay, once again, congratulations on your win, Dual Wield Music. Please contact me via Discord or Twitter DM so I can provide you your stream key. And so long as progress continues, success is inevitable, ostensibly. Well, okay, bye then. Oh.